Hello everyone, I'm Renown Zero. We are back again talking about an individual by the name of Fraud Tony, who it would seem that his channel is, of course, dead as usual. And because his channel is so dead in the water that he has to do things like drinking streams in order to gain any money from his audience, and he's kind of upset that he's not getting the money he thinks he should deserve, which he doesn't really deserve any type of money in my opinion. He's just an absolute grifter, and he doesn't really care about indie comics or comics in general. So it's very interesting that the type of people like him complain that I drama farm, or people that are around him that think I drama farm. He's just basically doing the exact same thing, but with the Rippaverse fan by the name of Weapon X. And it's very interesting the weird conversation that he decides to have with Weapon X, and it's a little disturbing at the same time that he thinks somehow this is funny or content. This is absolutely unhinged behavior because he's an absolute weirdo, and he actually believes that Kato Gooding was anything but a side character in ISOM 2, because clearly the dummy doesn't know what a cameo is. He's kind of on the retarded side, and we're going to get into the conversation. Of course, we have just under a week to pre-order Gooding, of course, closing in on 250k, over 8,500 books, over on the Rippaverse.com website. So now it's very weird that this is the type of stuff he's saying. Like, no one's a fan of Rippaverse comics. You're literally talking to an individual that bought every comic, reviewed every comic. I'm an individual that bought every comic, and loved every comic. Even have people like LG in the comments, shout out to LG, who bought every comic and loved every comic. And it's very weird the conversation this man's having, saying, "Your Gooding was a cameo / debut in ISOM 2. Yes, a cameo is different from a debut. Yes, it was a debut character in ISOM 2, but yes, he was a side character that people had enough interest in to where he got his own solo origin book. A one-shot, if you will. Not a full-fledged series just yet. It all comes down to, well, how people feel about Gooding the Polymath when it releases in just a couple days, at least starts fulfillment on July 29th. But Weapon X responds to him by saying that's the point of side characters, to make cameos, so obviously to show up and debut. Really, that's generally the point of them in an occasional small comic series. Silly Tony. And he says, yes, you're a nobody. Good job, you finally get it. Oh yeah, stop being a little B and tag me. No, I mean, you really don't deserve that because you're kind of a B yourself. Actually, you are a B yourself because LG, when he had his quote-unquote debate with you, you kind of bitched up and became an absolute bitch when that conversation happened, saying Rippaverse fans equals nobody. So because you don't like us, that means we don't exist. He's got to be on something. Oh yeah, absolutely. He's on that copium. He's on what you would call that kind of hate train that the EvS is on when it comes to Air July. So he's the little minion, the little drone sent out by EvS to kind of attack Rippaverse fans because he literally has nothing else going on outside of his dying channel. So this is the type of stuff he thinks he probably has to do to get any kind of attention, to make any type of content. Where he says, no, you just ain't important, relevant, or special. By the way, how can you ask a question without tagging me? So much cooked behavior from you rippetards. Again, another made-up word, rippetards. It's like, it's a made-up word. It sounds dumb. It literally means nothing. So now he's saying that fans aren't important, relevant, or special. This must be how he feels about his own fans, if he really had any. I don't think this man has really any fans outside of a bunch of other drama people who want to be involved in drama. Just bunch of weirdos that just want to be all about that drama life and don't actually care about comics. They just want to have something to hate on every single day. It's a very weird way to live life. So, not fans, rippetards, you could keep being a ginger cook and take screenshots, but I'm going to keep quoting you so everyone can laugh at your behavior. Bro, nobody cares about you. You get little to no likes on any of your tweets. And you have more followers than I do. I can get more interaction on my tweets than you can, you weirdo. Rippaverse fans equals not real fans. I wonder how that works. To them, we don't read the books. We don't actually like this stuff. We just pretend. It's a weird behavior these guys have. Saying there's no Rippaverse fans, just Air July fans and Rippetards, you ginger c***. It's like you keep repeating the same thing as you project your pathetic, miserable life onto other people. Whereas Rippaverse fans are actually having fun with the universe they're reading about. Whereas you're supposed to be coming out with a comic that's probably going to go nowhere. So I didn't even know who Air July was when the Rippaverse started. I respect Eric, but I pay more attention to the Rippaverse updates and books than I do Eric himself. I don't even watch Rip in the Silverback. In fact, I don't even agree with the majority of his politics. And you don't have to. He will still gladly accept you as a customer. First he said nobody's a Rippaverse fan, then he said we were Rippatards, then he said we're just Air July fans. He can't make up his mind and continues to move the goalposts, as individuals like him will do. He'll say, good afternoon meatbags. Isn't it funny how before the sad Gooding pre-order campaign, the Rippatards were saying that Gooding was the Iron Man of the Rippaverse, and now they're calling him a side character because he is a side character. So, more proof that it's not about quality, just how much money the comic makes. Yeah. Says the individual who doesn't give a crap about comics, says it's for kids, and is an absolute comic tourist, along with the Katie did F's Dogs individual. He obviously misunderstood what we meant, but sorry, but nobody can live up to Iron Man. When we said he was the Iron Man of the Rippaverse, they mean in terms of being the genius of the universe. Nice try, though. Hey, at Weapon X, make another video crying that mean people online made you want to boogie 2988 yourself, as in self-deletion. His entire channel is about crying over a comic book company, that's exactly what it is, or grifting, as most people would call it. Are you too to understand you don't like the comics and have zero ability to appreciate art? You just like owning the libs and finally having friends. Again, this is an actual fandom talking point, and it's weird. There's also an EvS talking point, apparently. Literally, no one's trying to own the libs, you clown, you fat. Sorry guys, I've been lying the entire time. Obviously, it's just sarcasm. I don't like the comics, that means I actually hate them. I've been lied to since I was 6. Comic books are all those years of trading, selling, reading, collecting comics, storing comics because Fraud Tony said so. I'm sorry, I misread that. Just to make things clear, owning the libs is the last thing on my mind. I just wanted something that I could enjoy. The Rippaverse fixed that, which is what it set out to do. Dang, so anyways, he's been reading Kingdom Come with the Alex Ross artwork. Of course, Alex Ross is one of the GOATs. Far leagues better than anything EvS could ever put out. Because, of course, this Fraud says, doesn't it feel nice to admit what we all knew already? Boy, it's like you keep repeating the same word over and over, projecting. Didn't he just say I don't appreciate art? Am I not supposed to appreciate the art and just read the comic? Correct me if I'm wrong, but the purpose of a comic is to read and look at the art. Lol, his goalpost moves again. Very controversial he is. That's all he knows how to do, is continue to shift the goalpost because he really has no arguments. He just has a bunch of insults that mean absolutely nothing coming from a fat. New goalpost. Admiring art doesn't mean to also appreciate it. If you admire art, that means you don't like it. He's not made sense almost every goalpost, and then it makes it more confusing with more comments. Look, see, he says, looking at pretty pictures and appreciating art, you inbred ginger tard. Shake my head, this sure is dumb. Bro, you literally lied like 99% of the time about anything you talk about. Your entire channel is a grift. Holy crap, this guy's dumb. I said you can't appreciate art because you're an inbred tard with a room temperature IQ. Just look at the pictures. This is called an insult, and it's directed at you. You can't really be insulted by an individual who's beneath you. Tony's one of those individuals who is just absolutely beneath other people. He's a useless human being, and I'm surprised he even had any DNA to spread around. New goalpost. He can read my mind. He's even read my IQ with his imaginary superpowers. After I get done effing your pig wife, I will take you to an art gallery and teach you all about appreciating art. It's like, and when it gets to that point when all they can do is insult you, you've lost the argument. Report that I'm going to seduce your wife and give her the first and only orgasm she has ever had. Or that I will buy you an ice cream cone afterwards and take you to see the pretty pictures. Bro, you are a clown. If this harassment is what it takes to get your account shut down, then by all means report away, people. Let's get the ball rolling once and for all. I mean, just let him continue to make a fool out of himself. That's just me. Lol, you scared I'm going to F her. Don't worry, I don't F land whales. Bro, you are a land whale. The f***? You are a land whale, homie. And the people you hang around are land whales. Look at Riley, huge land whale. You are a land whale, you clown. Haven't you noticed by now? I'm the bait to shut you down. Keep falling for it and I'll keep reeling. Report, y'all. Again, I'd rather just let him talk. I just say he's just causing drama because nothing else going on. He's just some fat, out of shape dude. He should be the last one talking about soy behavior. The guy's full of soy. Him on the left with Riley on the right. But as Weapon X here will point out, side characters get their own comics too. Writers prioritize them as the importance of appearing in big event stories, but are also known that they have fans. So they make occasional stories, but don't have as many stories as the most popular characters. So you have Robin, Vision, Ant-Man, and Nightcrawler. So like they'll insert Robin into a Batman comic because you're mainly there for Batman, but then you learn about the side characters of Robin, and then people become interested in them so much that they make their own comic series for that character. But then again, you got to remember this is the type of garbage that, of course, CG is pushing, or new CG is pushing. This is a comic that Katie did F's Dogs is trying to push right now that looks like absolute dog water because this is the crap they want to put out. People put out crap, in my opinion, like this, and then they want to sit there and talk about how Isom's art is bad. Meanwhile, this looks like absolute dog water. At the end of the day, frauds like Tony would just sit there and drama farm and claim everyone else is doing something as usual, doing that same old projection that EvS typically does when it comes to anything Eric July does. Everything he claims that Eric July is doing, EvS, is actually something EvS himself is doing. Just like when he cried about the Yaira statue coming out before the Yaira comic, he has put out Rainbow the Brute action figures before the Rainbow the Brute comic has dropped. Again, EvS just showing how much of a hypocrite he is. Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, and returning viewers. If you do like this video, hit that like button and comment below if you feel all this. Subscribe for more content, hit the bell for notifications, set the bell to all. That way you'll get a notification anytime I post a new video or live stream, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.